What the white supremacist wants is the perfect, agreeable, consumerist slave. You are allowed to work the jobs and get the pennies that we want you to have. You are allowed to spend those pennies on things that we want you to buy. You are allowed to entertain, but do not make any inconvenience for the supremacist. Do not complain about the conditions in which we choose to oppress you. Do not complain about the conditions in which we choose to unalive you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I came across these videos by a creator named Kane on TikTok, and honestly, the moment I saw it, I knew that more people needed to hear what he had to say, right? But before that, this video is for educational purposes only, not to incite hate or violence of any kind. Okay, so I just felt like his message deserved more reach, right? Because he's saying things that a lot of people are either too scared to say or just don't want to hear, right? He's talking directly to white people about racism and white supremacy. The way white people or some white people try to distance themselves, and they say things like, oh, not all of us are racist, and that sounds good in theory, right? But the truth is, how exactly are we supposed to know who is racist and who isn't, right? I don't want to talk too much because I think Moses has got that covered. He says it best, but I'll add my own thoughts as we go along, and I'll also tag him in the description and put his name on the screen so that you can follow him and hear more of what he has to say, because Moses is spitting fire, you guys. He's spitting facts. Anyways, let's get into it.
We're supposed to just take it. Why is that? If all whites aren't racist, your actions say otherwise. Because it's funny how you all know, because you couldn't possibly be that slow, you all know what's going on, what has been going on, what has taken place, and what is taking place. You all know, because none of you want to be treated like us in this country. None of you want our experience in this country.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
Yet you will come into our spaces and you will say things like, we all aren't like that. That's some, not all. We all aren't like that. But yet you do nothing about the problematic ones. Yet you wonder why we close the door and lock it to all of you.
Let's say here's 10,000 rattlesnakes coming to bite me. And in those 10,000, there was 1,000 that didn't mean no harm. And I knew there was a good 1,000 snakes out there, but they all look alike. Now, what should I do? Should I keep the door open and let the 10,000 in, hoping that the 1,000 will unite and save me and one bite will kill me? Or should I just be safe and shut the door? So we have white people say, I mean right. I have a black husband. Oh, my children are black. I love everybody. I really believe you. But I'm sorry, man, there's 10 more thousand behind you that don't feel that way. I'm just sorry, but what am I going to do?
That is a good way to describe it. That's a perfect way to describe it. Anyways, let's keep watching.
Why are we expected to tolerate this treatment when if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have an America? Last time I checked, you had to go kidnap some folks. And by the way, y'all only tell half the story because I've said this before. The people that y'all say you bought slaves from in Africa were already considered traitors by the entire continent of Africa. Were already exiled by the entire continent of Africa. These people were not friends of the continent, much like the sellout today in America, much like the bootlicker today in America, much like the Uncle Ruckuses today in America. You may know them as the house Negro, the ones that you're trying to condition us all to be like. Those exist globally and all throughout time. all throughout history. And this is how you were able to get that transaction of purchasing slaves while also kidnapping slaves, while also forcing this transaction, because let's be realistic and honest here. It's kind of hard to deny a transaction, even if they wanted to, when you got rifles on them and they ain't got nothing but bows and arrows. You making false, deceiving promises of equality and wealth, but we know how that turned out. There is no more time. The time for unification is now. The time to understand a black woman is now. The time to understand a black man is now. The time to put your goddamn traumatic experiences aside is now. The time to get some healing, the time to get therapy, the time to do whatever it is you need to do to be able to be a part of the solution and not continuously glorify being a part of the damn problem is now. Simply be kind to each other. Simply seek to show empathy and understand and show comprehension rather than listening to speak, rather than being in competition, trying to debate on everything and anything. Y'all, at this point, y'all might as well debate whether air is air. If all whites aren't racist, then you shouldn't have an issue with what's about to be said. My goal is to take 10,000 brothers and destroy every sundown town in America. My goal is every time on the news, a little black girl gets slammed on her head by a racist, corrupt cop, we go find that cop and do the same thing to his little girls. My goal is whenever a brother gets downed, unalived by an officer, every time a sister gets downed, unalived by a racist cop, we go and down him and one of his family members. See how he like it. That's my goal. When I could put together a group of brothers, a very large group of brothers with that purpose. I don't care about what the consequence is for it. I don't care about the repercussions for it. I don't care about the challenges that we would face trying to do it. You know, and I know it needs to be done. So when I can grow large enough to where I can organize brothers to wherever something pops up on the news, such and such unalived by law enforcement, video pops up on a screen, a young brother, young sister gets shot in the back 20 damn times for holding up a dang wallet or a cell phone, gets tased for nothing, gets punched in the face in the middle of a traffic stop. When these things happen, I want to be able to show up with brothers and punch you in your face and see how you like it. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care about the fear attached to it. I don't care about the hesitation or the caution. The fact is, it's only one way to deal with a bully. I'm gonna whoop your ass. We've all been taught to walk away, turn the other cheek. Success is your best revenge. If that's the case, why the hell they don't take that route? We know the Klan operates in every branch of government. The Klan operates in every branch of power in this country, in corporations, in judicial branches, in law enforcement, everywhere. So why can't we operate at the same capacity? You might say, they not, bro, but they not gonna let us do that. They not gonna. If I had a rock, I'll bust your head, bitch. I don't care what they not gonna let us do. Just do. We have to, at some point, we have to stop with this whole what they gonna let us do crap. Just do. If we can't have our own systems, then we start robbing theirs blind. If we can't have our own corporations, we can't have our own political figures, we can't have our own America, our own version of America, then destroy theirs. Stop peacefully coexisting with what you know is not beneficial towards you. You already know, we already know, they do everything in their power to make the poor whites feel like we just lying. We out here fabricating stuff. Filthy motherfucker. They've been doing it since slavery, ain't nothing new. But they do that to keep the poor whites focused on attacking us, and they keep us attacking each other. We really don't care nothing about the poor whites, but they keep throwing rocks over a dang hill and hiding their hand. So then eventually we got to turn around and look at them and deal with them. But the more important issue is, why do we keep living in fear of someone, of something that has always had to cheat in order to stay in front of us.
So Moses makes a really important point here, right? If you're a white person and you're not racist, this message shouldn't offend you, right? In fact, you should understand where it's coming from, right? But the ones who get defensive, the ones who get angry or try to derail the conversation, they're the ones revealing exactly who they are, right? And honestly, I agree with him, right? Racism isn't just about slurs or violence, it's in the systems, right? In the way people get treated differently because of their skin color, right? In the way some white people can't stand to see black people thrive without trying to control everything, right? Even today, right, there are white communities talking about creating their own modern day sundown towns, right, just to keep black people out of it. And that reminds me of something that Muhammad Ali once said: they don't like us, but they don't want to leave us alone. And that line never stops being relevant.
If you're not racist, this shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem if we defend ourselves against racist and corrupt cops. It shouldn't be a problem if we retaliate against racist and corrupt cops or racists in general. From there, I proposed a small amount of goals that I had, and the arrogant response of, as a white, I approve this message. Oh, as a white, I think this is great. As a white, I think we should all go together. As a white, you guys aren't the only ones that experience this, so I think we should all go to. As a white, like, shut the fuck up. God damn. This is the part that just blows my mind. All the history that we have with these people, and they still don't get why we don't trust them. They still don't get why we don't want them a part of anything that we have contributing to our own liberation. They still don't get it. They are lost. They don't. Well, I don't understand why the blacks don't like us. I couldn't possibly understand or fathom a reason why the blacks don't trust us. This is a conundrum. I'm so drained and tired of talking to you Europeans. Like, I don't care. I don't care about your 2 cents. I don't care about your approval. I don't care about nothing that you finna get in the comments and type to me about. I don't care. What part of that do you hear and then still try and talk to me? On another note, I have Hebrew Israelites that follow me. I got Moors that follow me. I got black Christians that follow me. I got black atheists that follow me. I got every religion, every race that all follow me. And let me just make something clear. The gift given to me, to my people, is this skin. I don't need no other label. I'm a proud African American, heavy on the African. I'm a proud African man. I'm a proud African person. I'm a proud descendant of Africans. I'm a proud descendant of the slaves that you motherfuckers tortured, that you motherfuckers castrated, that you motherfuckers used to build this whole country, which you couldn't have done so without my ancestors. So you're welcome. I don't need no other label. No, I don't want to join your little cult. I don't care what religious group it is. I don't care what your grandma told you. I don't care about none of it. I'm not joining none of your little groups. None of them. There's only one real pro-blackness. And if you're pro-black, then you have to be pro-black for everybody black. Everybody black. That means if they in Africa, that means if they in the Dominican Republic, that means if they in Jamaica, that means if they in Cuba, that means if they anywhere. If you calling yourself pro-black, you have to stand and speak out and defend the entire diaspora, not just the ones that you like. Doesn't make any logical sense that you take one small sector of what you're calling whatever it is you want to call it and try to section it off from an entire population that look just like you. The only people I'm willing to hear anything from is Native Americans, even the Hispanics. I have no issue with them. But understand clearly, everything I speak about is black focused. The Europeans that come to my page, I do not care. I don't even understand why I have to say this so many times. I don't care about your, oh, well, if we do this, if we do that, then it's I don't care what you do. Do it. Do it. Everything you thinking of, do it. Don't talk to me. Don't get in my comments talking to me. I don't care. This is the weird shit that goes on the internet where motherfuckers got to seek out the validation. They have to seek out the approval. That's the difference. That's why I stayed off of social media for so long, because y'all motherfuckers is weird. I get on, I say what I need to say, I get off, I continue my life. I don't give a fuck about who approve it. I don't give a fuck about who disapprove it. That's just it. You can feel away. You could be, oh my God, I don't like that he said that. Keep scrolling, bitch. Now, for black folks, I appreciate all of the love and support of the mountainous amount of brothers in my DMs. Listen, I got thousands upon thousands of DMs after that last video. Bear with me because I'm trying to respond to everybody, but it is very difficult because I did not expect that thing to go up like that. So what you can do to help me is either A, if you are in Dallas, get in contact with me or just let me know. I'll tell you everything that you need to know. If you're not in Dallas, everything that I said, you can do wherever you are. You can build your own group. You can train together. When you and your group become sufficient in your training, expand it. Train everybody in your neighborhood. Train everybody in your family. Train everybody in your city. Then train everybody in your state. If we all do this across the nation, in every major city, we can combine the small groups into one large group. We can have generals in every state. It ain't got to be just one main guy. I am not Jesus. Don't come to me trying to look at me to save everybody and fix all your problems. Stop doing that. This is a village team effort. The problem with us is we always looking for that one motherfucker that's going to fix everything. There's no such thing. It's one of the main reasons why we can't make progress. We need to learn how to work together. It could be a bunch of leaders. Stop with that whitewashed European mentality that there can only be one guy or one woman. Another thing you can do, there's a link on my page, a GoFundMe link. If you want to help me get these things done faster, hit that GoFundMe link. I don't ask for money. I'm not in the practice of asking for it. I just put the link up and I let y'all do what you're going to do. If you're going to donate, donate. If not, fuck it. I'll do it when I can do it. But understand, it's not what I am saying on this social media thing that's a problem. What I'm not saying is what you should be thinking about.
You know, listening to Moses actually made me think about moments from my own life that I never fully understood at the time, right? Like, when I was in primary school in the UK, we had this play about an Indian god named Hanuman, right? Now, Hanuman was a monkey god in their mythology. Anyways, the teachers were giving out roles, and they picked me to play Hanuman. At the time, I was a kid, right? So I didn't think much of it, right? I was actually excited because I thought Hanuman was the main character. So I wore the monkey costume for rehearsals. I practiced my lines. But on the day of the actual performance, I couldn't go because I had chickenpox, unfortunately. Anyways, it wasn't until years later that as an adult, I looked back and I wondered, why me? Why me? Why the black kid, right? Was it just random or was it a subconscious choice because of my skin color, right? I'll never know for sure, right? But the thought still sits with me. And that's the thing, right? Racism isn't always obvious in the moment because, sometimes it's hidden in the smallest decisions about you.
If white folks would have just left everybody alone and went to Antarctica or Iceland or some crap, Greenland or some crap, to start your own America there, wouldn't nobody care. Don't nobody care if you want to have an all-white America, but leave everybody else alone to have their own too. That's the problem that you seem to completely miss all throughout the current time and in history. Nobody gives a damn if you just leave everybody else alone. Do you understand that you are in the middle, you little pale-skinned vampire? You are in the middle of every global conflict there has ever been. every assassination, every coup. You are in the middle of all of the messy shit all the time. You are at the center of it. When people start investigating, oh, well, I wonder what happened here. I wonder who did this. I wonder how this came to be. Oh, lo and behold, look who's at the center of it, sitting in the damn middle of the room, in the middle of the mess, like a damn mischievous toddler, looking stupid in the face. White folks, specifically white Americans. But I want black people to remember something. White Americans want you to be exactly like them. The reason being, how that started, is because they are Europe's rejects. They didn't just leave. They think that they want you to believe that they just left to start America on this noble trip. No, they were kicked out. They are Europe's rejects. They were removed, thrown out, tossed out from Europe. So they have no place to go but America. So this is why they try to divide you from everybody else in the world. They create negative stereotypes for you. They create negative propaganda for you. They condition and brainwash you into believing the same propaganda. So much so that all the black people now in current time uphold all the negative stereotypes, uphold all of the negativity and bad habits that we have in this community today. We are seeing the result of that historical propaganda play out now, because you got kids that you can't even be positive with. You got adults that you can't even be positive with. And somehow we all sit up here and go, oh, well, it's the dang kids, these dang YNs, and it's the dang women, it's the dang men. No. You're actively contributing in what they want you to contribute in. Divisiveness. We are living and breathing the long-term effect, the result of brainwashing. But you still thinking it's a conspiracy theory, right? Let's go back to the pale-skinned vampire. We don't care about your sundown towns. We don't care about none of your little racist habits, none of your little racist thoughts. We don't care if you would just leave everybody alone. But you don't know. You seem to think the poor pale-skinned vampire, the poor whites, you know, because they kind of slow in the brain, right? They kind of slow. The poor whites, for whatever reason, believe still that nothing's happening in America. And they believe this because it's not happening to them. You know, that's funny, because during slavery, those same whites, oh, well, it's not so bad. We only essayed 1,000 of your women today. It's not that bad. We only executed 1,000,000 children today. We only essayed 1,000 children today. We only chopped off the foots and castrated 20,000 of your men today. It ain't that bad. Oh, I don't see what the hubbub is about. It's the same thing, just evolved. It's the same thing. We're dealing with the same kind of people. Now they just troll you. Now there is a marketplace for black trauma. There's a marketplace for black outrage. There's a marketplace to keep you triggered. There's profit margin in it. People can post videos on these apps triggering you and make money. Let them have their racism. Let them have their sundown towns. Let them have a white country. Build a black one. Let us have our black sundown towns then. Let us have everything they gonna have. We should have the equal to it. Stop complaining. This is my message to black folks now. Stop complaining about what they doing. Just match their energy.
At the end of the day, this isn't about hating white people, right? It's about protecting ourselves from harm. And if that makes some people uncomfortable, maybe they need to ask themselves why, right? Anyways, I want to give full credit to Moses Kane. That's his name on TikTok. I'll put it on the screen and tag him in the description. Please go follow him. Please listen to his videos and, keep learning. He's educating people, both black and white, and we need more voices like his out there. Anyways, don't forget to like, don't forget to share and subscribe. And as usual, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.